Well, how did I, a taxi driver from the Bronx, wind up a producer? I grew up at a time that will never come again.
We have one of the most prolific producers in all aspects of show business, Julian Schlossberg. Julian has written a wonderful memoir called Try Not to Hold It Against Me, A Producer's Life. He has known everybody, that is anybody, and they know him and they love him.
Who was the first director of the original Death of a Salesman? Kazan. Who was the first director of A Streetcar Named Desire? Kazan. Who won the Academy Award for On the Waterfront? Kazan. Who won the Academy Award for Gentleman's Agreement? Kazan. My wife and I threw his 90th birthday party. It was an incredible thing because every time I opened up the door, another legend walked in. Of course, all of you who study history know that he was one of the people who named names during the McCarthy period and had some real bad publicity, and that was one of the reasons I called it Try Not to Hold It Against Me, because a lot of the people I write about have had, let's say, mixed careers as far as the public is concerned.
Weekly trips to the movies led me to become the youngest head film buyer ever for a national theater chain. Then starting my own company, Castle Hill Productions, which became one of the largest independent film companies in the United States.
I had taken a young man under my aegis and tried to teach him the film business. He was a rock and roll promoter in Buffalo, and he turned out to be extremely successful and very, very controversial, and his name, Harvey Weinstein. So, you know, I never expected him to hit the heights he hit, or sadly the depths he sunk to. I also testified against the Beatles in a lawsuit. This was, I was an expert witness, and I had to tell what I thought was the truth. So I had the Beatles there, I have Woody Allen there, it was controversial.
How did you manage putting out their stories that maybe they're going to hold it against you?
One of the reviewers wrote, his books are never mean-spirited, but they're always dishy. So I like that. That's not a bad idea.
I'm going to recommend this book for anyone who's watching. And because if you want to know what it is to be in show business, it is unbelievably entertaining, true.
I'm sorry. I was looking for Reva because I won't be here for dinner.
No. We're showing a movie I produced called In the Spirit. We had Elaine May and Marlo Thomas, Peter Falk, Olympia Dukakis, Melanie Griffith, Jeannie Berlin, Steve Buscemi in a very small role before he became Steve Buscemi. And fortunately, this particular cast came together just like that.
Oh, so you got all your #1 picks?
All the #1. I never had it before, I've never had it since.
I have a husband with a heart condition and 2 children on drugs.
Is there one thing that when you think about this film, you're like, ah, man, that was cool?
I would never, ever do an independent movie again with not having enough money, with people who were not used to not having a trailer. There was one trailer for everybody.
Well, you know, that's a funny thing, but people even knowing they're going to die in a minute will do almost anything to make it 2 minutes.
Now, do you have a stable of actors that you call them back for projects?
I don't think they'd like the word stable, but but it's a good expression. I've done about 60 or 70 productions, but mostly plays. I did a lot of Elaine May's plays that she wrote. I did a lot of films with Marlo Thomas and plays. So yes, I would often go back to the people I had worked with previously if it had been a good experience. Sometimes it was nightmarish.
Is the R retirement word in your
Not
language?
a chance. There's no chance. I would never want to retire because it's only work if you don't want to do it.